Hey everyone, it's Jordan with the Bronco Nation, and today we're really excited to bring you a walk around of this two-door Badlands 2021 Bronco you see behind me. Now this is an awesome unit because unlike the first two-door walk around we did a few months ago, this unit is actually much closer to production. For example, you'll see this one has a make top as opposed to the painted black modular hard top, and a few other features that didn't quite make it to that early unit. So without further ado, let's get it started. Now, before we get too much into it, I do want to apologize. I forgot a flannel at home, so this is going to be a flannelless Bronco Nation video. So for those who were really big fans of the flannel, I'm sorry. Now this Bronco, as I mentioned, is a Badlands. It's an Oxford white two-door. We've already taken off the doors and the front part of the MIC roof. Now, unlike some of the other Badlands we've seen, this is the standard interior package. It's not luxe, it's not mid, it's standard. So you're gonna have your 8-inch screen. You don't even get heated seats on this or the Ford Co-Pilot 360. So on these mirrors, as you can see, blind spot mirrors, no blind spot monitoring or the Bliss system. So this is kind of the base Badlands you can get. It is gonna have all your off-roading features. You still get your front and rear locking diffs, your stabilizer bar disconnect. This one does have a Sasquatch package. So you got your 35-inch tires, your beadlock capable wheels, your rock rails down here, and your modular front bumpers as well. Let's move on inside. Now, as I mentioned, this is the standard interior package for this Badlands Bronco. It has the marine grade vinyl gray seats accented with this active orange stitching. You got your active orange grab handles, the stuff we've all seen before. Now, because these are the marine grade vinyl seats, they're not power operated. Now, we've mentioned this in previous videos, but because of their washability or durability characteristics, Ford wanted to make sure that if you spilled water on them, you weren't gonna damage internal electronics. So they are manually adjustable. They still go up and down. They still go forwards and backwards, and they do still recline. But unlike the leather option on Badlands, these are going to be adjusted by hand. Moving on, we do have the vinyl wrap center console here. It is lockable, which is nice. So if you're running into the store, you're out on the trail and leave your vehicle for an extended period of time, you can lock your valuables in here without having to worry. It's not the largest center console I've seen, but there is, it is a decent size and it's not weirdly shaped, which is nice. It does have this removable little shelf here. Again, as I mentioned, it's vinyl wrapped and is lockable. Moving on down, we have your two window switches. Obviously, these don't work when the doors are off like they are right now. And then to the right of that, you do have your rubberized mirror control switches for your side mirrors. Again, since they are cowl mounted, they're not going to be removed when the doors come off, so it's a nice feature because it adds that extra layer of protection and the extra level of safety when you're out on the trails and don't have any doors. Going forward still, we have the GOAT mode switch. That is a Bronco signature. Got all your four-wheel and two-wheel drive controls, and you can rotate it to switch between the different GOAT modes depending on how your Bronco is equipped. Got the automatic transmission here, which is mated to the 2.7 liter 6-cylinder turbocharged engine up front. It is also available in a manual transmission, a 6+1 crawler gear, which is a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder, but this does have your bigger upgraded engine. Moving to the front, you do not have a wireless charger like you do on some of the higher packages, but you do have one USB-A and one USB-C port. Climate controls, you do have the auto start stop deactivation switch, which I know a lot of people have been asking about because many people, including myself, hate when the car shuts off at stoplights, especially in the summertime if it's really hot and the AC goes off. So you do have that. No heated seats, no heated steering wheel, basic single zone climate control with just a hot cold knob. Moving on up, you do have the 8-inch screen, not the optional 12-inch screen, but if you're not super tech focused and you like less clutter, less technology, and just really want to be out on the trails focusing on off-roading, this one might be the one for you. It still does run Sync 4, just like the larger 12-inch screen does. On top of the dash here, we do have the hero switches. They are all encased in weatherized rubber, which is really nice. So, if it rains or something, these aren't going to get the electronics won't be damaged. Got a really nice tactile feel to them. From left to right, you have your stay bar disconnect, front and rear locking differentials, trail turn, and traction control deactivation switch as well. Again, because this isn't one of the higher interior packages, you don't have that power port up here with the bring your own device rail. So that's something to keep in mind. You do only have these two power outlets down here, in addition to the two power outlets in the back for your rear seat passengers. Again, one USB-A and one USB-C port. Lastly, up top, we do have the auxiliary switches. There's 6 of them. As we've shown in some of our map photos from our recent visit to the factory, not all Broncos are equipped with these auxiliary switches. In some of the lower trims, this is just like a sunglass holder, but this Badlands does indeed have these auxiliary switches. So if you're hooking up light bars or other accessories, you can wire them right in here, and they're nice, easily accessible. And then you do have your standard reading lights, dimming lights, cabin lights. So at night you can see your map, see where you're going, unless you're using the built-in trail maps on the screen. Now, as we did in the Bronco Sport Day in the Life video, we did a cup holder test. Now, I forgot to give credit to the straight pipes for this one, so I'm gonna give credit now, although this is the Americanized version because instead of Tim Hortons, we're gonna be using Chick-fil-A cups. But you can see there's only 2 cup holders up here. On the doors, which are obviously removed, you do have those nets, but there's no cup holders in the doors, which I find kind of annoying, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Can fit a large cup and a medium cup in here, so of course you could submit a small cup as well, but again, just 2 cup holders up here, and then you have those door nets, but I wouldn't really put cups in there. You could probably put a water bottle, but nothing, no drink carrying vessel beyond that. Now, with these marine grade vinyl seats, you do get the TPU washout floors, so if for accident you were to spill a drink, you can just open up the drain plug and it'll wash right out. We've now moved into the back seat of the 2-door Bronco. Now, this isn't the most spacious place if you're looking to carry extra people on your off-roading adventure. You might want to opt for the 4-door, but this is still better than the competitors for sure. This front driver's seat here is all the way back, and I still have a little bit of knee room I can slide my fingers through. I'm 6 foot tall, so if you're much taller, you probably wouldn't want to spend time back here. But the seats are nicely padded, and it's, you know, overall a decently comfortable place to be. As I mentioned earlier, you do get a USB-A and C port, so each of your passengers can have power. And you also have a cup holder back here as well. Now, as we did in the front, the back seats also have TPU washout floors. So if your kid or an unruly off-roader spills a drink, washes out no problem. Now, as we'll show you in a moment, these 2 back seats do fold flat, but it is kind of a 2-part operation. You got to start up here by pulling this loop to free the lower seat cushion, and then it folds up into this vertical position, at which point you can lower the headrest and fold the seat flat from the back, which we'll show you in just a moment. Now, like in some of the other Broncos we've shown you, these driver and passenger seats do still have this MOLLE grid board on the back, as well as the net down here, so you can hook things to it, attach MOLLE straps, carabiners, water bottles, whatever it may be. They do have a maximum weight of 7 pounds. We haven't tested that yet, but then you also have the nets on the back too, so you can put maps or a phone or whatever it may be in the back there. So there are some nice storage options. Again, if you put too much on here, it might impede into your rear passenger's legroom, but if you're worried about that, you should probably buy a 4-door Bronco. Now, if you're in the back seat and you're wondering how to get out since you only have 2 doors, you can flip this latch here on the front seat, push it forward, and the seat slides so you can get out. It does take a little bit of climbing, and so a more mature person with limited mobility may not want to sit back here, but if you're a young gun, shouldn't be too hard to climb in and out. Now, an interesting thing to note when you take delivery of your Bronco is if you do remove the doors, you coincidentally lose the lock and unlock switches. So if you lock yourself out of the tailgate like we have here, you're gonna have to use your key fob to get in. Now, if you do order the door code entry pad that you see on other Ford products, that is standard on other Ford products, is not actually standard on Bronco. It's an aftermarket option, or you can use your Ford Pass Connect app to unlock and lock your vehicle right from your phone. And moving on to the back here, we do have this, and you're probably thinking, Jordan, those are the doors, right? Wrong. Because this is a 2-door, you don't have all the room that you do in the 4-door Bronco, so you can't store both doors back here with the seats up, but you can store your 2 front roof panels. So this is another nice bag Ford has created. It's one bag, it stores both the front roof panels. It clips in right here on these lasso attachments, and then there's one that goes around the rear seat headrest as well. It's nice because it just pops off. Shift this over, unclip it, got your nice handles, and you're ready to go walking with your Bronco roof panels. No, I'm kidding. It's actually just a nice way to protect them and to free up some of the space we have back here. Now, as we've seen on some other Broncos, there is an optional fold-down table. This Bronco does not have it, but it does have your accessory ready panel that can pop off to mount whatever accessories you might buy after taking delivery. Moving on to the inside, you do have your 4 lasso attachment points that I showed earlier with the roof panel bags. And then of course, people have been wondering the rear seats. Do they fold flat? Is the back marine grade vinyl? And I am disheartened to tell you, it is indeed a cloth fabric. It's not the marine grade vinyl. Wondering if they can fold flat. The headrests do drop with the pull of this lever. Pull it, goes all the way forward. Same thing over here, pull it, push it forward. And disappointingly, it is not a load flat floor. There is a, I don't know, 4-inch gap between the load floor and the back of the rear seats. Now here in the back area under this hard plastic floor, you do have a Bronco emblem, but below that, if you pull up this loop, you do have your jack and your kind of roadside safety equipment. And then under here, you do have a little storage area, which you could probably fit something in, not a ton of stuff, but if you had muddy boots or shoes, you could probably put those back there. I'm now seated in the back of the Bronco two-door with the seats down. As you can see when I was mentioning earlier how those front seats come vertically, this is the bottom cushion of the rear seat, and the headrest sits behind it. But I do want to show you one of the cool Easter eggs they fit into all Ford 2021 Broncos, and that is this little Easter egg right here. Now, if you look closely, this has some coordinates on it, some GPS coordinates. Now, if you enter those and go to the location, it's actually what Ford likes to call Bronco Outlook or Bronco Vista. People have coined all sorts of terms for it, but it's a location on the west coast of the United States, I won't tell you where, and it actually overlooks a big portion of the area where the Bronco reveal video and the Bronco commercial that was revealed back in July was filmed. So you go up to the top there, it's this gorgeous expanse of land, mountains, sand, dry lake beds, the whole 9 yards. It's a really cool area, so if you ever find yourself in your Bronco out west, make sure to type in those coordinates and go check out Bronco Overlook. Now, there's been a lot of talk of the Bronco bolts, which are placed around the vehicle and indicate an area where a part is easily swappable. Whether you buy an accessory from a third party or an aftermarket upfitter, it indicates that it's easily removable and can be replaced. So a great example of that is the grab handle right here, featured on both sides, as well as the grab handle there in the middle for your passenger. So you see these 4 bolts right here, they're indicated because they say Bronco on them, hence the name Bronco bolts. Unscrew them, pop this off, and put your new accessory on there. Or if you don't like the color, or it breaks or something like that, it's easily swappable. So nice little feature Ford has added in there. Again, the Bronco bolts are featured all throughout the vehicle and indicate a part that's easily swappable. Now, we've had a lot of questions of people asking to see under the hood, so we are going to show you what's under the hood of this 2.7 liter V6. Got a hood release in the footwell, standard on most cars. Come on over here, you do have the hood latch, and there you go, you got the hood. We do have our nice Bronconation grill badge on here, so make sure to go over to the Bronconation gear shop and pick up one for your very own Bronco, either first gen or new 2021 Bronco. Another cool feature that makes Bronco unique is the removable fenders, and not only that they're removable, but just how easy they are. There's just a couple quarter turn locks under the fenders here on all 4 wheels and tires. Just turn those a quarter turn, give it a little bit of a tug, and it pops right off. As you can see, got her a little dirty today, but this makes for ease of washout. You can rinse it out, you can get under the wheel wells, clean those out, or if you happen to smash one on the trails, they're easily replaceable. Put it on, you just got to line up the fasteners, pop her on, and then turn those quarter turn locks back to the locking position, and you're ready to go. Well, that wraps it up for the walk around of this 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands 2-door in Oxford White. So thanks so much for joining us. We hope you learned something new. If you have any additional questions, make sure to leave them in the comments or head over to the forums and go ask them there, because I'll be answering questions in the coming weeks. If there's anything that I missed or any specific details that you want to know. If you haven't already, make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms at the Bronco Nation on Instagram and Facebook, and also make sure you're subscribed to our channel down below so you can know, be the first to know when we drop a new Bronco video. Lastly, we do have a bunch of new merchandise that was just released over on our website, so head over to thebronconation.com gear shop and pick you up some Bronco Nation merch for yourself. As I mentioned, we do have this brand new grill badge, which looks awesome, the white on white of this Bronco. But thanks so much for joining us. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, we'll see you out on the roads.